as long as I do my part. As long as I do my part as mandated under the Constitution, and as long as the advice that I give is in the public interest and for the administration of justice, I give it to the consumer of my advice. He is supposed to process it and cook it and come out with what is now beneficial to everybody, including the other two arms of the government.
Kenyans can be sure that you will do your part. That is exactly
Yes.
what you're saying.
Yes.
In the recent past, also, we've seen cases being lost in courts, some bills being lost as well.
Yes.
And this comes with a lot of loss also when it comes to taxpayers. How well will you ensure that at least we curb that in the near future?
Yes. I'd also said before that there are many reasons why the government or any other party would lose a matter in court. And people lose every day, not only the executive. You can lose a case if you have a bad case. You went to court with a bad case. You have a bad case.
Mm-hmm.
Or you have a bad representative. Or you have a good representative, but insufficient legal representation, maybe because of one reason or another. Sometimes you hear that maybe the state council did not attend court, maybe because of many cases. So the person has the capacity, but maybe did not attend court. You can also lose a matter because the court has erred in interpreting the Constitution and interpreting the law, in which case you either go for revision or you appeal.
Mm-hmm.
You can also lose a matter for any other reason, in which case you take the appropriate actions. So there are many reasons why somebody might lose a case.
Mm-hmm.
And for your information, the Office of the Attorney General is successful in many, many, many cases. Many cases, more than 90%, we succeed.
Mm-hmm. Unfortunately, we see the 10%.
Unfortunately, it is the 10% that you see. And in that 10%, there are actually matters of public interest. So what we have discovered, or what has come to the fore with regard to the cases that we lose, that most of them are with regard to the Constitution 2010, public participation. And what I would want to tell Kenyans is that our Constitution is still new. We are still testing the Constitution. If you realize all the cases that we are losing, these are legislations that are meant to operationalize some portions of the Constitution.
Mm-hmm.
For example, public participation in budget making, public participation in law making. Sometimes you find that two-third gender rule. All these legislations are supposed to be operationalizing the Constitution. And what happens when you have a new Constitution? We will have to test it for a long time.
Mm-hmm.
We will lose, we will succeed. But that is how we find out whether or not the Constitution is working for us.
Mm-hmm.
That is why under the same Constitution, there is provision for us to review. There is a department that is dedicated to the implementation of the Constitution.
True.
And any other country, because of progress in technology, development, industrialization, what defined or what informed the Constitution new 2010 might not necessarily
Mm-hmm.
be present today.
Mm-hmm.
So we have to ask ourselves, was it fit for purpose?